For our final topic, we were going to make this a conference-wide topic, but we're already going long. So I'm going to pull rank if you're willing to allow me to do that. Is that okay?
I will let you pull rank more in 2024. Yes.
Okay, thanks. I want to specifically talk about Illinois' transfer class.
Mm.
I gave their offseason a D, D minus. That was the grade, right? Everybody remembers that. We addressed it last week with our whole back and forth with Jeremy Werner that I was a little upset that he had called me out for giving them a D minus, wouldn't say my name, et cetera, et cetera. I have no issues with Jeremy now. We've talked more, or not more, but we just exchanged messages and things are fine. No ill will to him. He's fine. But I do want to eat some crow. I want to just like address this because tonight Marcus Domask had what he finished with 35, 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Like it's absurd. He had 32, 6 and 5 tonight in their win over Northwestern. Domask is insane. He looks way better. Not even, but he looks way better without Terrence Shannon. And we don't know. They might get Terrence Shannon back. We've alluded to it. We'll see. But the bottom line is there were a lot of individuals in this class that we underestimated, that I underestimated, and I want to revisit this. So let's go back and give Illinois an updated grade for their transfer. Let's just specific to their transfer class, maybe not the offseason grade, but the class itself: Quincy Guerrier, Justin Harmon, Marcus Domask, notably no point guard. The guys they got rid of: Jaden Epps, Sky Clark, RJ Melendez. What's the
Hey,
grade?
hey, hey.
Okay.
You're not saying A?
I'd say A plus.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. A star.
Okay. Can we go like line by line? Because we have Coy in the Discord. We love Coy DePratt, longtime Sleepers fan, member of the Discord, Illinois fan. Has wanted to start a Quincy Guerrier Tyler Wall dialogue for a while. I know Tyler Wall's your guy. Guerrier's been really, really good this season, though. And now he's playing like 35 minutes a game. He's never coming off the floor. Like, is it fair to speculate like Guerrier is that good?
Yeah, 100%. And I've had the running joke or trope that before every game, Guerrier spins a wheel and half is Oregon and half is Syracuse. And that determines which version of Quincy Guerrier you get every single game. And I think that Brad or maybe somebody on the staff must have uh what is it? Altered the device by putting a magnet or something on the Oregon side, or sorry, on the Syracuse side, because Gary has been playing great basketball. And it's also been for like a long stretch of time. Like you had that game. What was the Gary game he played well, but they lost? Is
Tennessee.
that Tennessee?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like we thought maybe that was like a flash in the pan. If Gary plays this well, they're not going to win. He's consistently played well since then in my eyes. So that's a plus for them. And it's looking like it's going to be like sustained throughout the whole season. The mask is a killer. Like the mask is really, really, really good. And if he's willing to step up to and like be that guy and take that role that Terrence Shannon had, I think he's one that can do it. We'll have to see it sustained, but he has all the tools to do it. That man has a very deep bag that I didn't even know was that deep, but he's got some shit to him, as we like to say.
Yeah, I'm so impressed with Brad in a way. Because I think like I was wrong about how last year the issues with that team were not like systemic program failures, and they were not even necessarily of Brad's doing. Like obviously Brad builds the rosters. So when you build a roster that takes on Matthew Meyer, you are responsible for Matthew Meyer's craziness. But I honestly think that team did about as good as they possibly could have done with the craziness of the people within that locker room. And we didn't give Brad enough credit for that in the middle of criticizing him for that. We should never, ever, ever again forget the fact that Brad Underwood is a killer of a coach. Like this guy's an insanely good basketball coach. We
Mhm.
knew that before last season, and then we kind of just like forgot about it for a season because of all the antics, and we thought it was Brad's fault of the antics, and it kind of was, kind of wasn't, but like no coach in the country could have made Illinois do better than they did last season with the drama of those individuals. And Brad handled it flawlessly despite criticism from idiots like me all offseason of like, saying you need talent. You don't need just nice guys. And no, he's like, right, I'm wrong. Everybody's wrong except for him. Like, it's crazy to me. And from a basketball sense, it's not just like, oh, the team's good, so I have to eat crow and say that. Like Quincy Guerrier in the last 5 games is doing shit Quincy Guerrier has never done in his career at 2 different programs in 4 years of playing basketball. Like I've never seen this dude look like this. He has 5 straight games now, 22 points in the Tennessee loss, 15 points, 28 points, 14 points, 14 points. He's getting like 10 rebounds in those games. Like this is just a different dude. He used to be a guy who just shoots threes and does nothing else. And now he's like a slasher who is always making the unselfish plays, always in the right spot. I just feel like he's gotten a ton better. And I know Domask was good at Southern Illinois, but like, I think there's an argument that Domask has gotten a ton better and a ton more comfortable, even just from like his first game in an Illinois uniform to now a month and a half later. Like the fact that he's capable of going for 32 and 5 and 6 in a game without Terrence Shannon at this level against a Big Ten opponent is nuts to me. Like Brad actually develops players at such a good rate compared to other people that I don't want to lose sight of that. Like these ads weren't the greatest on paper. They look great now because Brad Underwood's a genius.
Yeah, he's a great coach. And I think that, and this might cause a little bit of an uproar, but I'm going to say it. There's some similarities to me between Coach Painter and Coach Underwood in my eyes. And this is where I'm going to stretch and make the comparison. It's more so like I think people give Painter his props as a great coach no matter what. Like it's always, he's a great coach. He's a great coach. Oh, but he doesn't have the March success. It's less like giving Underwood his credit as a great coach, but it's always, yeah, Underwood's been good at Illinois, but he hasn't really, he doesn't have the second weekend. He doesn't have the March success. And I think that's kind of what's holding them back. And you know, you can say that, and it's part of like, the whole, we go back to the whole, is it legacy or is it, what they mean as a coach? But you cannot deny that in the Big Ten Conference, when it comes to winning games, Brad Underwood has been one of the best coaches at doing that
Oh,
in the
100%.
last couple of years.
Yeah,
So
100%.
that's an objective fact that can't be argued. So, say what you want. I get it. The second weekend things, it is what it is. But Brad put on an absolute masterclass of how a coach should operate in the summer, in my eyes. Like he got his 2 stars back, and then he got some good guys to bring in around him, and then he got rid of the bad guys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
literally
it's crazy.
to perfection.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's just go like guy by guy from the offseason quick and give it individual grades. You have the whole class is an A. I have an A plus, but like the Guerrier ad, looking back on it, that's an A. Like smash
Yeah,
it out of the park home run.
yeah.
Justin Harmon has not looked anything crazy. All of a sudden, Terrence Shannon's off this team. He has 18 and 20 in back-to-back games. Like,
Who's this? Free Harmon and free Dane.
I just don't get it, man. I didn't know this kid was capable of this. He wasn't doing this until December 29th when Shannon's and he's not even playing more minutes. Like tonight, he played 29 minutes against Northwestern. He only played 19 against Fairleigh Dickinson, which is right in line with what he'd been doing all season. He just looked way better. Like
He's taking the second year transfer jump early. He only needed half a season.
it's crazy. It's like opportunity with some of these guys. Do you give him an A too as an ad?
Yeah, I would actually.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give Harmon a B plus just because like I think if you had gotten Ray J. Dennis, who was the other target, they're better.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
But B plus. Domask is an A plus, clearly.
Yeah. hmm
Let's go through the depart like Melendez, Epps, Clark. Is there anybody you actually wish was on this team now? Because we've talked about this in the past, and you and I have both said, yeah, we still want guys. Do you actually stand by that now?
I stand by that with Sky. I think Sky could still play for this team.
I love Sky. I really do. I think this team gets worse.
And I think it's been, if you would have asked me this like 2 weeks ago, I would have been like, yes, for sure. Sky 100%. It's a little bit less now with how Ty's been playing and how the team's been playing.
I think this team gets worse with any of the 3 of them.
Probably.
I just do because I think that's 2 reasons. I think one, they actually have found something with Ty at point guard in a way that wasn't here the first game of the season, but now it is. Like, especially without, not to say they're better without Shannon, but like without Shannon, they actually lean a lot heavier on Ty, and like it works. Like when you play a team that starts Boo Booey at point guard, like he can expose that man through the post. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they'd be flirting with still trying to play a small guard versus just leaning into Ty and Ty getting better. And I think deep down, Ty and other leaders on this team hated those guys. So like, I think you're seeing the best version of Ty right now just because he's happy to show up and go to work every day, be an everyday guy in a way that he wasn't last year.
Illinois is really goddamn good.
It'd be like if you and I added a third member who was like objectively really good at this, but like we hated them. Like,
I actually have a list of those people in my phone.
let's not name drop. We can text it. I have one in mind right now who'd be like, oh, third sleepers co-host. And like deep down, you and I just despise him, but he like
Yeah.
objectively makes the show way better.
Yeah.
But then like we just kick him off. And we're like, oh, we're way better without that. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, congrats, Illinois. We have a recap up on the channel of Illinois and Northwestern, the dominant win. Go watch that.